Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Super Metroid. I'm Dellierian and it's a pleasure to have you all here. Now in the previous episode we went ahead and explored the entirety of the wreck ship. I think we completed it 100%. I don't think we have to ever come back here. So we're not. We're going to go ahead and move forward. Now there are a couple of things that we can go ahead and do real quick if we wanted to. And I was kind of thinking about going back and jumping and getting a couple of those things. I'm looking at my notepad right now. And the one thing that we had is that one room I showed that with the Shine Spark in Old Brinstar, I think is where it was. But essentially that room that was like, we can go here, but we need with the invisible platforms. Beyond that, that's the only one I'm actually missing right now that I have in my notes. So, just thinking for a moment here, but I think we'll continue on and then we'll come and swing back that way later on. I think that'd be more enjoyable. So, now that we have the gravity suit, water is not awful. So, that's fantastic. Otherwise, water is just an awful thing in, well, any of the Metroid games, but this one inclusive. Oh, I mean, it's bad. And, anytime that there's a water area, I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. So, let's keep forward. We're going to get out of this area, hopefully without any major issues. And then we will go ahead and find ourselves... Oh, there's a I was like, why am I not making the jump? I didn't realize there was a thing I was hitting my head on there. But we'll make our way over to Maridia, which is like the last area we haven't been to yet. But before we do that, if we come up here, there is a place that we could go ahead and sneak up to right here and grab something. The question is, what are we grabbing today? If anything. I'll rate this room. I remember, yeah, we'll do this normally. I was like, we can bomb jump this. No. The key to this is like waiting for them to fall a little bit, so you're not really doing any funny jumps or anything like that. It's waiting for that to fall just long enough that, it's progressed a little bit down so you have the full length of your jump without trying to navigate the running jump. This guy, you try to sit in his hand, it doesn't actually do anything, unfortunately. It was just that other guy. It's like, oh, nope, he's not a buddy. Anyways, we'll go ahead and make just a jump back. Not quite make it, but because of that, we've restored all of our energy. I'm not too worried about falling to the spikes. And that was good because we were running low on energy for a while there. So at least now we're not so concerned about that. We're just going to go ahead and pop back down here. And we actually almost have all of our energy tanks. There is a grand total of 14 in the game, I want to say. 2 rows of 7, unless I'm bad at counting, which, there's always a chance I'm just bad at counting. But we almost have all of them. 2 full lines. We only have 4 we have not found yet. So we're making good progress, all things considering. I mean, a lot of those are things we'll find on the way as we go through the next couple of areas. Because we have most of the stuff that we need up until this point. Now, there's an upper path and a lower path here. I don't remember. I know there is at least one upgrade in this area, but I think it's later on. I don't remember too well. I'm going to be honest, Maridia, as I had mentioned in the past, I don't like Maridia for the most part. But once we get to Maridia, we start getting to the place where I start not liking... Like, I didn't like the game. Not that I didn't like the game, but I didn't enjoy it as much, and I don't remember it quite as well as the other sections. Like, up until this point, I've remembered things fairly well. But now, once we get to Maridia, this is going to be the area that I'm like, nope, don't remember where things are. Uh-oh. Where's this? Where's this? And it's like, oh, no, this is bad. This is all sorts of bad. Anyways, we will pop here. Also, in my headphones, I have a little bit of clicking or whatever. I hope that's not coming up on the actual recording. I don't think it is. But if it is there, I apologize for that, and I'll fix it in post as I can. Anyways, we'll go ahead and go down here and keep it moving. Now, I believe there's somewhere in this at least one missile tank maybe we can get. I just don't quite remember where. If it is here. And I might be just imagining things, but we'll keep an eye out regardless for the time being. If I don't find it, then we can come back, but I was pretty sure it's like right here, maybe? Like, if you see there's a way to go down there, it's like right in this somewhere. Well, I will see, because I think that you can get down into that unless you... Maybe right here? Maybe. Or if we can, get ourselves into here. I could use the X-ray scope, and I'm sure it would just tell me, but that would be too easy. Oh no, or maybe we can just pop in, like, right here, maybe? Where is the thing? Okay, let me use the X-ray scope. Ah, right there. Even though I don't think that's red. I think there should be something more there. Oh, I'm gonna... So it was right there, but before we do that, I'm just gonna jump down right here and check. Yeah, there's more over there. Coming from this side. You know, that little popping is bugging me. I'm gonna cut real quick and just make sure my audio is fine. So I think the popping is just on my end. If you guys can hear that, however, I apologize. It's not something I want to show up in a recording, but just a heads up, I do apologize if that is something I'm not ultimately able to fix in post. I think it's just on my end though, and if that is the case, then I'll deal. That's not the end of the world. Regardless, that's been one of the things that, you know, as a first Let's Play on this channel is oh, this just leads here. I thought there was something further over, however. Huh. Oh well, I'm not going to worry about it too much, because there's no way to get down to this. Oh well, we're probably going the right way. We're probably fine. This should pop down. That's been one of the things doing a first Let's Play is, for one, commentating is hard, because it's a little bit different than streaming, but along with that, I'm like, oh my, there's been technical difficulties that I've had to slowly figure out how to deal with, because normally, like, I don't know, like, I'm sure it's been noticeable, but there's been skipping in some of the videos, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on there. Why you do this? It's awful. Don't do this. So we're in Maridia. You know, it doesn't look like the Maridia we know, because you don't see any water yet, but don't worry, it will come. Or at least I assume this is Maridia, unless I'm forgetting that. There is a save point here we'll go ahead and take advantage of. And we'll continue on our way down. Now, we have been in Maridia just for, I think it's like one block. Yeah, all the way down there. We have been in Maridia once before, but that's on the other side of Maridia. And now we could enter in from that side, even though it doesn't really matter. Everything links up in the end. But ultimately, we're trying to get some other power-ups before we get too far. So we could go down here, I want to say. Maybe. Nope, we actually can't. Never mind. There must be a later room I'm thinking of. There's a couple rooms where you can go down even though you don't think you can, or it doesn't visually show it. But we'll continue on as it is and see what we can find moving forward here. See if there's anything of interest. But no, it's just regular rooms, but it's so nice not to have to fight the water. Now, there will be other things that inhibit us from moving forward later on, but for at least the time being, we're doing pretty well. It's pretty easy to keep it going. Yeah, here I think is one of the examples. Yeah, you could fall down here. I'm not going to fall down quite yet, but there is a reason to fall down, just not doing it quite yet. I want to explore some of these other rooms. So I want to say is maybe up here. Something I want to do. I'm going to I'm trying to think exactly where. I'm trying to do something or getting up top here. See if I can do this. I'm going to jump on, use this guy as a platform and try to wall jump up there. So this might take a couple of attempts, maybe. I want to essentially use this guy as a platform though. And I'm trying to get to the top of this room because I think we can get something early if I do. Granted, this might be one of those cases that you could soft lock yourself if you're not careful. So if you're following this around as like a, here's how to, I don't want to say speed run, but you know, go through the game not in order. Just be wary that if you screw something up around one of these areas, it could potentially lock you out of, or you might have to reset. It could soft lock you. Because there's a room that is like that, I seem to remember. Don't remember if it's up here or not. There we go. So I made it up there. Oh, but this isn't leading where I was thinking it was. Never mind. Is there something? I thought we could go through this door right down there, but maybe we have to beat the boss before we do that. So I'll keep that in mind that that is there. So I was thinking we could go through there, but I guess not. Alternatively, can we go through this direction? I'm trying to remember, again, I don't remember this area very well, so we do have to be a little bit careful as we progress through this on where exactly we're going, because we could get lost. It could be bad. Oh, we're going down. Also, you saw just briefly something important in that little shot there. Let's not go this way yet. I'm not going to go down here. I'd rather go up and finish up the upper half and then pop back down. Just so we have good energy right now, so I'm not too concerned about us dying. It is good to note, however, that like that essentially takes us way down and shows us at least a preview of some of the rooms that are going to be coming up later on. So again, let's just try to be good about going through these rooms and marking them off, because there's a potential that we won't be coming back here or we'll need to use the map to actually figure out exactly where we're going to be going in the future, because I don't remember this area very well. And by proxy, I don't remember where the power-ups or the upgrades in this area are either. I do know there is a boss here that I'm not very good at, that is very, very difficult. Let's do this differently. I'm going to go back up. I'm going to meet you guys. Well, I can talk. It's not that long. It could be a good story time. I don't have any good stories about this, but it could be a good story time. But I'm actually going to go up and go down a different way. If we go back here, there's one room where, I think it's this room. If we just sink, yeah, we actually fall down here. It's important because we can actually go ahead, just leave where I think it is. So it leads back down this room, so we must have to go down one more. Maybe. Can we not go down here? Oh, I guess I was wrong. I was thinking you could fall down into this pit as well in the same manner, but I guess not. We'll have to take the elevator down then. Oops. This is what we call wasting time. You do see that, you know, using your speed running thing is actually very useful if you can go ahead and get the speed to do it. The issue is just getting the speed to go ahead and do that. At times that is very, very difficult to get because there's not a lot of places where it's just wide and open like that. So, anyways, we'll head back down. You can see, again, the preview of a couple rooms there, and the important fact about one of those rooms is just briefly visible. Go ahead and drop a power bomb, even though I think it's just a regular bomb spot. And we can go to the left or the right here, but I don't think I want to. Yeah, sand is awful. I'm not going to deal with the sand. There's one thing specifically you could get early. As far as that goes, I'm not going to worry about it. Not even get early, but an upgrade you can get now that you would normally get later on. I remember the sand being awful. I'm not going to worry about it too much. We'll just go back through these rooms here best we can. Just note that, yeah, the sand, like, just because of the gravity suit, it's not like free reign over the area. The sand is still something that pushes you down, and altogether it's just an awful thing to deal with. So, but we'll make our way through. But it's so bad. Oh, God. Because it's pushing you down. It's different, like, you know, when you're in the water, you just, at the very least, you're sluggish. Here, like, you're actually being pushed down. Can I just go underneath this thing? Come on. Okay. There we go. So when we have a power-up later on, I'll go ahead and come back through all these rooms, but right now I'm not too concerned about it. So we can actually, is this the room where, no it isn't. There's one room where you can pop down, and it's shown by the direction in which the enemies, it's this room right here. We can go down here. I'm not going to, yeah, well, let's go down here first. So I think this will lead to where I want it to. Is there more to this room? No. Just for the sake of it, I'll open that door. I'm not too concerned about that. But instead, we're going to go ahead and go over to this side. This will take us to the very beginning of the area. We're just doing kind of a quick run through so I can show things off. And we have a super missile door right here. So that's one way. You can't come back this way. So just keep that in mind. If you fall down here, it leads you to the very beginning of the area. I think, yeah, I had said earlier that you could power bomb here and something special would happen. Well, guess what? Am I wrong? Oh, I was like, wait. I was like, I'm not wrong. You know, I've played this game before. I remember this. Yeah, if you power bomb there, then you can go ahead and take advantage of that. Now, there's a save room here. Let's go ahead and we'll save just for the heck of it. No reason not to. No reason to get reckless. And then we'll go ahead and keep on our way. So we've kind of did a really quick run through of the area. I'll bring up the map real quick. We see we did a really quick run through the area, but very, very quick. And we actually didn't pick up any power-ups, which is very unlike us. Usually we're picking up power-ups left and right. The thing is, like, now we're getting to the point where you're supposed to have all the power-ups, so they're getting more creative about how they hide things from you. So before I go through that door, we'll go up here. I just want to show that up at the top here, I even show it to you. You climb through all of this. All of this. Keep it going. There's a missile tank right there that you're like, how I get that? Well, if you come down, not to here, even though you can't come to here. Actually, you might have to come from this direction now that I think about it. Don't remember which way that door goes. No, this doesn't. I'm going to check that door down below. Again, this is one of the things. My memory of this area is foggy. When I played this game a lot, you know, the first parts of the game you get really good at because you do it a lot. This part, I don't remember going to Maridia very often. Can we go through? Oh, okay, good. We can go through from this side. So, go ahead and open this up, kill the enemies, and open the door. We're going to need that door open in just a second. But we'll go ahead and clear out the room. And this is another thing that, you know, it would take a while to figure out. And actually, there'd be an easy way to figure this out ultimately. But let's go ahead and run. Run through here. And once you get through the room, before you leave the platform, shine spark. Get over here. Oh, and the crab mist. You see where I'm standing right now? The one thing of grass that's in the foreground? You need to shine spark directly up from this point. I want to say. I think that's the one. No, I could be wrong, but we'll see that in a second. So let's go ahead and try that again. And then we'll at least get another missile pack. Now, there is a boss in this area. I'm not too worried about getting to the boss right away, all things considering. But, you know, when we get there, we'll get there. I want to kind of spend this episode going through Maridia and exploring. If we happen to get to the boss, then that's great. But it's not a huge concern this time around. So... oh, shoot. Okay, there we go, did it. Oh, that took a lot of attempts. That took much more attempts than it probably should have. If you look at my missile count, it's a little bit lower than it was. But we did it, which is the important part. That is much harder than I thought it was going to be. That took a lot of attempts. Let's go ahead. Is there... I mean, I can even freeze this guy, use him as a platform. Maybe. There's something here? I don't remember. I don't think there is, but you never know. No, there's not. So we don't have to worry about that. Instead, we're just going to fall all the way back to the bottom for no reason. Let's go ahead and head on back up now and go to new territory. Because there's still more stuff to grab, which is what is important. You can see already on screen that there is another super missile thing there, which we definitely do need. If you look at my missile count, we definitely do need more missiles. So we'll go ahead and grab that. But you actually can't grab that from this room. You have to go to the next room before you can actually go ahead and get that. So we'll go ahead and I believe we just hug this wall, get down to ball form. At some point we should be able to just fall in. Yep, like so. And here we are. Perfect. Go ahead and grab this, even if the crab's going to come in and hit us, but that's not the end of the world. More super missiles! 5 more super missiles, right? That's exactly how many we need, because, well, I have 0. Or I had 1. Not enough in super missile currency, so to speak. So, that's done. That's another power-up gotten. There's a door here. I don't think we want to go there yet. Let's go ahead and just, again, get the outlines of this room so I can kind of see where the room fits in with the grand scheme of things. Because, well, there's a place that we can actually go up if you wanted to. You could wall jump up that. And that might be what you're supposed to. You're actually supposed to, you know, use those guys as grappling hook positions. So maybe we'll do that. Let's go ahead and, I guess first and foremost, we'll go ahead and open up these doors down below and see where they go. Even though I don't think there's anything too important in these rooms. For the most part. Because that should lead back into the big room. Right, even though I don't directly remember that door, but you know we've cleared out that room. We don't need to go ahead and worry about that room anymore. There should be maybe a power up in this room, if I remember correctly. As long as we're willing to wall jump up. We can't deal with these guys yet. No, so we need something else later along the lines to deal with them. If we go through this wall and bomb, or not bomb, but use a super missile there. Head into here. And this is the turtle room. Right? Right? Mrs. Turtle? Yeah, okay, good. So there's a couple things. There's 2 things here. First of all, we're going to need the grapple hook and get that. So right when you're in the center of the room, if the shooter wants to wake her up, but right when you're in the center of the room, you can go ahead and use this and grapple onto that position right there. See if we can land perfect on top there. Now that's not the only thing in the room. There is one other power up as well. This we don't need the grapple for. We just need to go ahead and get that troll to come over this direction and pop up. Believe. Yeah. See if I can jump up there before it. Again, these blocks usually hide themselves again, but it showed itself just briefly. Maybe could you come over just way over to the side? That'd be great. Thank you. Thank you. Come on. Up, 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 up. Come on, one more time. One more time with gusto. I don't remember exactly where this thing is. Saw it just briefly. You see it covers itself back up so very quickly. And jumping from the edge here is such a pain. I'll try it again. Just come over here, please. Come on. Oh, come on. Okay, so she brings you up to the right height, though, so you don't have to wall jump that. We can just go ahead and do that normally. So it's just one block lower than where she brings you up. So if I just... I can... Oh, shoot. Come on. Come on, these are the things that should not be difficult. Again, things that should not be difficult. Okay, come on. Really? There we go. Let me grab it. Thank you. Okay. That, again, things that should not take that much time that all of a sudden are taking a whole lot of time because I'm bad at the game. Anyways, we got that, and we can leave this room and this woman with her poor turtles alone. We don't need to put her up to any more torture. And we got another energy tank, so 3 more in the game to go. So we're almost completed as far as that's concerned. We're not going to worry about these space pirates too much because we can't actually kill them. There's 2 options for what will kill them later on in the game, and we have neither of those, so we're not going to worry about that. So we're just going to continue on and see what else we can go ahead and grab, which is nothing. There's nothing else here that's important. If I can just jump up. Sorry, sir, I don't want to bug you. You can continue to live your life. I'll live mine. Let's just go ahead and leave. Get back into this room. So that's good. I'm going to go ahead and just use the grapple beam, maybe. Zoom out and see if I can... Oh, I need a bit more swing there. So let's go ahead and just get a whole lot of swing, maybe. Not what I quite wanted to do, but this will work. I hate the grapple beam. I don't want to use hate, that's such a strong word, but I dislike the grapple beam heavily. Not what I want to do. Oh, da-da-do. Okay. Come on. Okay. It's easier just to wall jump. I don't know if anyone else says that. No one else probably says that. It's easier just to wall jump up the slanted wall. It's like right after you release the grapple beam, like you can't control yourself. Okay, that's it. Nope, nope, not doing it. I'm gonna come back with space jump. I hate the grapple beam. I mean, you guys can now see like how bad I am at it because I'm just screwing up repeatedly as far as this room goes. Not gonna worry about it. So instead, we'll go ahead and go just a different way and pop back this way later on because we should be able to just go on to the roof. Actually, does this lead all the way over? Because there's other grapple places in this room. This would be easier. I say as I screw it up again. Grapple beam. The less I have to use of you, the happier I will be. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's go. Okay, good. Okay. Are we fine going up? Yes, we're fine going up. Let's get out of this awful room. If we need to come back, we will come back. I do not like the grapple beam. And grappling up those things is awful, and you're supposed to like do that or grapple off them to get through the room faster. You don't have to, but it is faster to go through that way. But man, do I not enjoy using it. What is the point of this room? Is there Am I forgetting why this room exists? Do I not? Huh? Is it signed down below and I'm just stupid? Hold on. Drop another power bomb here. No? What is the point? You must have to. You must leave this room from up above. I guess there's probably fall down blocks that you have to get, which means we have to go ahead and grab. Oh God. Okay, here we go. Very carefully now. Get the full swing. Good Lord, I don't understand. Like, right after you let go of your grapple, it's like you don't have any control. Like, Samus is like, wait, I can move? And I'm like, yes, honey, you can move. Please move. What are you doing? Okay, there. It's like immediately after she forgets how to do everything related to her life. And I'm like, honey, please stop. Can I... Yeah, I'm just gonna... It's so much easier. We're just wall jumping. I'm not using the grapple beam anymore. Can I wall jump off of this? Please tell me that that's far enough out that I can just wall jump up. Thank you. That's so much easier. You know, the mechanic that they did not intend you to use, wall jumping, is easier than the mechanic they did, which is the grappling hook. That doesn't make any sort of sense, but it is how it is. So we can continue coming down this way. Maybe this is the room I was thinking about where there was stuff you could get. We will see. Because there's one of these rooms that you have to ultimately come back through later on. So we could go to the left here. What's over here? I do want to be careful with my energy because at a certain point I'm going to need a lot more energy than what I currently have available to me. So we do want to be at least a little bit careful. Can we go this way? I mean, yes we can, but it was more rhetorical. Is there things for us to grab if we go this way? Because you're supposed to have the space jump when you come through here. This should be a room with a waterfall? No. I'm thinking of a different area. Where are we? Why does this exist? There's something here. Oh, would you look at that? Look at the things I forget just conveniently. Yes, I will take more of these. These are very handy. You know, especially if we're going to fight the boss the right way. Hint, hint, spoiler, spoiler. It's a little bit of a... I don't know. If people who have played the game know what I'm talking about. Probably. The next boss we will probably not do the correct way. Because it's much easier to do it the incorrect way. And, you know, we fought bosses before. We all know how to fight bosses. It's not that difficult. We cleared out this room. I didn't think that was where this led. So, where else can we go? I was thinking that led to somewhere else that we weren't supposed to get yet, but... No, that's fair game. You can go there and that's not illegal. I mean, none of this is illegal, but it's not a part... I mean, it was intended to a certain extent. Is it up? Like, if I freeze this guy, can I go up here? No. Okay, there's nothing up there. I mean, there's a room where you can get something early, but maybe it's that locked door from before and I'm just, like, crazy. I mean, we know I'm crazy. It's just a case of how crazy. Go ahead and see. I don't think there's anything here, though. Just this little alcove. I'm surprised there's not something like, if I go ahead and drop a bomb here, that allows you to get back into that real room to the side. But nope. Okay. Well, it's just for those 2 power-ups then, I'm guessing. So instead, let's go ahead and head back, and we'll continue to make our way over that direction. Even though we'll grab this first. I completely forgot this was here, and I was just checking to see if there was a way to get back over that direction. But, you know, this works too. I'd rather have the missiles than a hidden passageway. As long as we don't have to go through the grapple room again, because the grapple room is all we might have to. Is there not a way to get back to the grapple? Oh, we do have to go back. That's fine. We'll go back normally. We're kind of done with this corridor at the very least. I do want to check just one area real quick. Excuse me. I want to check if we go down to here. And we check this. Is there... I don't remember. Is there a bombable place on this wall right here? I just don't remember. No, doesn't seem like it. And that leads back to that first room. So we're probably fine. So this room, does this lead back down? I don't think it does. We can go ahead and go through this though. We have the super missiles now that we've gained some of them back, that we can get back up to that upper section. So what we'll do is we'll just go over here, use a super missile to get through this room again. Oops. This is essentially backtracking, but we're trying to get back up to that upper path because now we can go back there and do stuff. We haven't gotten anything new, but you know, we've done a little bit of cleanup, so at least when we get back to the boss area, it would be easier to go through all this. So we could have gone down here, but instead what we want to do is just continue to head to the right. You know, popping back up. Eventually we're going to pop up someplace that's familiar enough that we can be like, here's progress. Yeah, this room. So you can see if you're on these platforms, you can get a fair bit of air as long as you get your run in. But oh my god, is it frustrating to get out of that sand. Because you can't get, these platforms aren't wide enough. You need a platform that's at least 2 blocks wide to get the run on. I think it's 2 blocks wide. Don't quote me on that. And those are not quite wide enough to go ahead and get the run on. Yeah, this is where I wanted to see for us to get. So we can go back up or, you know, swing around to the right. And I think what we'll do next episode is swing around to the right. But it is the end of this episode. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed. And I will see you guys all next time. See you then.